boys and girls, a very good evening and welcome to this live session on reasoning ability for your upcoming IBPS PO main exam brought to you by TalentSprint and Grade Up Together. I hope all of you are in good health and your preparation for the IBPS PO mains is in full swing. Right? Remember, the exam is on 26th of November, so we have hardly any time left, right? I mean, less than 3 weeks or just about 15-16 days to go for this highly competitive exam, and I wish you all the best for your preparation and for your performance on the D-Day, right? Now, you know all the important aspects of this exam, right? I mean, you know about the scheme of examination, you know that each section will have its own time limit, right? Each section will have its own cutoff, etc. So keeping all these things in mind, you have to strategize your preparation now, right? You have to have your own strategy as to how would you behave and how would you perform during that examination, right? I mean, you have to ensure that you clear the sectional cutoff and maximize your score, try and maximize your score so that you top in the merit list and your chances of getting selected are high. Okay, so I am hoping all of you are on track with all these things, right? Keep a check of all these things from time to time, and yes, keep practicing. Practice is the key. The more you practice, the easier it gets, right? Well, the fact that all of you have cleared IBPS PO prelims shows that you are good in aptitude, reasoning and English language, but there are two more sections which are getting added now, right? I mean, general awareness, current affairs, banking, etc. So you got to focus on these areas as well, right? So I'm hoping you're spending more time on these sections which were not tested in prelims, and at the same time, you're doing enough practice for the other sections as well. Now, this refresher series brought to you by TalentSprint and Grade Up will help you refresh important concepts and techniques from these sections, right? I mean, we have already done one session as a part of this refresher, which was on data analysis and interpretation, right? We discussed interesting questions on missing data interpretation, data sufficiency, etc. And today's session is going to be on reasoning. Now, you know that the IBPS PO main exam and the SBI PO main exam last year had undergone a lot of change in terms of the difficulty level, the type of questions, the topics which were tested, etc. Right? Like a lot of new variety was introduced in terms of reverse syllogisms, floor-based puzzles, right? And lot of complexity involved in these arrangement-based questions that were asked. So we will try and solve similar questions through these sessions, right? All these questions have been chosen up by Grade Up, the team Grade Up, and they have chosen these questions based on the performance of thousands of students that they have in their mock test and found the most difficult ones, right? So we will be looking at some such questions in the session today, and yes, there are many questions, so we'll also have one more round of reasoning ability where we'll discuss the rest of the questions. So if you're all set, if you're all ready, I am set here to present the first question to you all, right? I'm sure we have a very interesting mix of questions today from floor-based puzzles and machine input-output, right? A new variety of machine input-output was also covered in one of those exams last year. Yeah. So we have a lot of different question types. We will look at these questions one after the other once you are ready to get started. Yeah. Okay, there are some comments here on descriptive paper, so let me mention that very soon we will be doing a few sessions on descriptive paper as well, right? My colleague Sylvia would help you with that, and you will be notified about those sessions through our YouTube channel. So make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and get notified about all these things. Okay. Should we get started now? I have got a lot of acknowledgement here, so let's begin. All right, so here we go with the first question from reasoning ability as a part of the IBPS PO main exam refresher brought to you by Grade Up and TalentSprint. So the first question is on your screens now. See this. Now this looks like a puzzle here, right? He says study the information given below and answer the questions based on it. So there are 3 or 5 questions based on this data here. So we got to understand the data first, do whatever arrangement or ranking that we need to do, and then proceed with the questions. So he says 6 cars M, N, O, P, Q and R are parked in a straight line, not necessarily in the same order. Distance between each car is successive multiple of 3 but not necessarily in the order. The distance between car N and car O is 36 meters and no car is parked between them. The distance between M and O is 102 meters. car R is 99 meters to the right of car. So I think a lot of data given here about 6 different cars which are parked in a straight line, and we have been given the distances as well between consecutive cars here, or 2 different cars here. So I'll leave you with this data for about 3 to 4 minutes maybe, and then once you're done with the arrangement, all we need to do is arrange these cars, right? You have to arrange these 6 cars in the straight line, and I'm sure you'll also have to find out the distance between consecutive cars here, so that you can answer the questions easily. So I'll present the questions in a while, but before that, all of you work on arranging these 6 cars in the straight line. Your time starts now. And Nilesh Chaudhary has mentioned that, Nilesh Chaudhary is one of our TalentSprint students, and there are a lot of other TalentSprint students here. So yes, Nilesh, we have got your email on the session that you have requested for banking awareness for your IBPS PO Mains exam, and very soon we will announce that as well, but I'm not sure if it will be a public session or will be only for TalentSprint students. But anyway, you being a TalentSprint student will have the advantage of getting an SMS alert for the same, and you can join with all your friends here in that session as well. Okay, so the question is there on your screen. I'm assuming all of you are working on this. I hope all of you are trying out. I don't see any comments, which is one indicator that you are busy solving this. So let's see how many of you are able to crack it. Should be very complex, 3 to 4 minutes. You should be able to complete the sequence. Okay, I'm not solving it. Bhargav has mentioned that, wait sir, don't solve it. I'm not solving it. I want you guys to get the answer yourself. I truly believe that me solving it is not going to help you. You should be able to get it yourself. So that is the reason I give you a lot of time. More than enough time to solve these questions. Yeah, I can see that some of you have mentioned that you're stuck. Isha, Harshit, Pooja, and others there, but hoping to see a quick turnaround with the sequence by a few of you at least. Looks like Shubhra Jyoti has got the answer, and I'm talking just to let you know guys that the audio is working fine and I'm right here. Otherwise you might be assuming that I'm gone, but I'm here. You may get multiple possibilities guys. I would suggest that you should try all the possibilities that you have and see which one manages to satisfy all the conditions. Take your time, take your time. Anyway, examination point of view, the best way to solve these questions is to skip. Solve the easier ones first and then come back to such questions. Difficulty, yeah? It's difficult is what I see. Okay, you guys need more time? Okay, last minute and then we will take it up. I have given you guys enough time. Just one more minute and then we'll start solving it. You guys, I'm sure, understand that you don't have so much of time in the exam. Okay. Quick, hurry up. Time is running out. Suman Chaudhary, the YouTube chat is not disabled. I can see your comments as well. Don't panic. Tell me what do you want to say. Tarun Gupta says, ऐसा एग्जाम आया तो सबसे पहले एस्केप करूंगा. Well, Tarun, exactly वही करना है, right? Let me come back to the video. I think enough time has been given to you guys. I'm sure if I give you 5 more minutes, you know, many more will get the sequence, but understand the fact that we don't have so much of time in the exam, right? So Tarun, बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. Exam में अगर ऐसे questions आए, जो कि आएंगे definitely, the easiest way to solve is not to solve. Skip karo and move to the next one, right? And you know, when I actually say skip, I don't mean to say that you have to literally skip it. Leave it for that moment, right? Solve the easier ones first. See, time is limited, right? Time is limited, so you got to make the best use of your time there. So solve those questions where there is a definite method. Like for example, if there's a question on syllogism, I would definitely go for it, or reverse syllogism. I'll go for it because I know I can arrive at the answer. There's a process to be followed. If there is a question on coded inequalities, or there are questions on blood relations, directions, alphabet, machine input output, right? Or coding and decoding to some extent. But these kind of puzzles, you never know. So be very careful, right? You have to play it safe. Remember, who's smart? When it comes to reasoning, who's smart? Not the one who can solve these very complex puzzles. The one who can choose questions wisely, right? So the ability to pick up the right questions is very, very important here. Okay, so let me now solve this for all of you, or I would rather say let me try solving this. Let's see if we can get the answer and then answer the questions asked here. Okay, so here we go. I've got some space for me to try this out. Let's look at the solution. So what does it say? 6 cars M, N, O, P, Q and R are parked in a straight line, not necessarily in the same order. So it's talking about 6 cars. That's it. We just need to arrange 6 cars. Distance between each car is a successive multiple of 3, but not necessarily in that order. So basically it says the distance between cars is multiples of 3. Distance is a multiple of 3, but not in a order, right? It need not be in a particular order. All right. Now the distance between car N and car O is 36 meters. Distance between N and O is 36 meters, and no car is parked between them. Now this is a very useful piece of information, right? He says that distance between N and O is 36 and there is no car parked between them. So I can say N and O are consecutive cars, right? N and O are consecutive cars. So let me take N here and O here. The distance between these two is 36, right? The distance between these two cars is 36. Okay, I mean just indicate that somehow, right? So or you can say this, right? Distance between N and O is 36 meters, right? Distance between N and O is 36 meters. Next point, the distance between car M and car O is 102 meters. The distance between car M and car O is 102 meters. Now comes the question. See, we have already got car O marked here on the paper. He says the distance between car M and O is 102. Now the question that comes up is car M on the left hand side of car O or on the right hand side of car O? Is M on the left of O or right of O? That is not known to us. But what do? Easier way to deal with it is take one case where M is on the left of O, the other case where M is on the right of O, and try out both the possibilities. Okay, so we are getting two cases now. If we take up the next point, it says distance between M and O is 102. So what I will do is I'll duplicate this, right? This is the arrangement that you have done so far, right? So N and O, the distance between these two is 36. Okay. Now M and O 102 meters. Let's assume M is on the right hand side of O. M is on the right hand side of O. M is on the right hand side of O. So distance between M and O is going to be what? 102. Right? 102 meters. Distance between M and O is 102 meters. Okay. But what if M is on the left hand side of O? It will come this side, somewhere this side. Okay. M and O. So the point is distance between M and O is 102 even in this case. Yeah. But can we not find out the distance between N and M? See, we know that total is 102. This is 36. So this should be 102 minus 36. Between M and N, the distance will be 102 minus 36. What is 102 minus 36? 66. You're getting it? So two cases. This is case 1, let's say. This is case 1 and this is case 2. You don't have to write this in the exam, but just for the sake of clarity, I'm putting it up here. So two cases. We have marked 3 cars so far, N, O, M. N, O, M. In one case, M is on the left hand side of O, right hand side of O. In the other case, M is on the left hand side of O. Okay. So distance between car M and O is 102 meters. Now any point that we choose from the data has to be plotted in both the arrangements, right? You have to do it in both the arrangements. Okay. So look at the next point. Car R is 99 to the right of N. Now this is straight piece of information, right? N is already marked. He says R is 99 meters on the right of N. 99 meters on the right of N. See, on the right of N is going to be our right. See, when nothing is specified, usually what happens is in a linear arrangement, you got to know whether the persons are facing north or south, or the cars are facing north or south. Because when you're facing north, left should be taken towards left of paper. Right should be taken on the right of paper. However, when you're facing south, it gets interchanged. This is the left side and this is the right side. Now in this particular case, he has not mentioned whether the cars are facing north or south. But when nothing is specified, you take it for granted that, you take it for granted that they are facing towards north. Okay, so we are assuming that all the cars are facing north. So left will be left and right will be right. Fine. Now the point is, he says R is 99 meters to the right of N. 99 meters to the right of N. So right of N meaning this side. 99 meters to the right of N. So understand, up to O it is 36 meters. So obviously R will come after O. So R will come somewhere here, let's say. R will come somewhere here. And the distance between N and O, distance between N and R is going to be 99. This distance is 99. I hope you are able to follow the lines that I'm trying. I mean, I'm just trying to show the consecutive distances. The distance between N and R is 99 and R is 99 meters to the right of N. Similarly, 99 meters to the right of N. See, this is already 36. N will come somewhere in between. N will come somewhere in between, right? Let's say N comes here. And the distance, sorry, not N, R. R will come somewhere here, right? R is 99 meters to the right of N. Now 99 meters to the right of N. See, already O is 36 meters away. So what will be the distance between N and R? 99 minus 30. Total is 99. Total is anyway 99. But distance between O and R, can anyone tell me distance between O and R? See, total is 99. From this you subtract 36. What is left out? 63. So I can say distance between O and R is 63. 63 plus 36 is 99. Here also what is the distance between O and R? 63. Yes or no? Distance between O and R can be taken as 63. In both the cases we get the same thing, right? That's the idea. You are able to follow. The point given was R is 99 to the right of N. 99 to the right of N. Right? You can also find out the distance between R and M if you want. See, total distance between O and M is 102. Out of which 63 is this side. Right? 63 is this side. So 37 plus 2, 39 should be on this side. This would be 39 between R and M. Between R and M. You getting it? So this is how you can find out the distance between consecutive cars. I mean, once you have enough data there. Anyway, move to the next point. Only one car is parked between O and R. Only one car is parked between O and R. Only one car is parked between O and R. So it's clear that between O and R, we are going to have one car. There's going to be one car here. Which car is that? We don't know. But there will be one car between O and R. Here, so there will be one car between O and R. So keep that in mind, right? I mean, it's getting a little clumsy, congested there, but I hope you're able to follow the points, right? Between O and R, there's going to be only one car. So if you observe, we have already got 4 cars on the chart, NORM, NORM, right? And there is this 5th car, which can be either Q or P, right? This question mark here will be either Q or P, okay? Now car M is parked to the immediate left of car P. Car M is parked to the immediate left of P. Car M is parked to the immediate left of P. This is important. M is to the immediate left of P. M is on the immediate left of P, which means P will come on the immediate right of M. If M is on the left of P, if M is on the immediate left of P, P will be on the immediate right of M. Immediate right of M. So P will come here. Immediate right of M. Right side of M. Immediate right of M. Immediate right side of M. So P will come here. You're able to follow? M is immediate left of P. So P is immediate right of M. P is on the immediate right of M. Immediate right of M. Now the point is we have got 5 cars. NORMP. Right? MP, NOR. Right? So obviously this question mark should be Q. MORNP have been marked. So whatever is the left out car is Q. That should come in place of question mark. So I can say this is Q. Whatever comes here is Q. Right? This is Q. Of course, the distance between O and R, distance between Q and R, all that is not known to us, but that's the arrangement. Okay. Again, distance between MP, PN, all these things are not known to us. Right? We will find that out. We'll find that out. Move to the next point. Distance between M and P is 12 meters more than the distance between P and N. Distance between MP is 12 more than the distance between PN. Then the distance between P and N. Distance between P and N. Now try to do this. What is the distance between P and N? Can anyone find out distance between P and N? No. But what we know is distance between M and P. See, if you look at case 1, distance between M and P. Let's assume the distance between M and P is X. Let's assume this is X. Okay. According to data, distance between MP is 12 more than the distance between P and N. So according to case 1, X, distance between M and P is 12 more. 12 more than the distance between P and N. Now find out the distance between P and N. Try to understand. Total distance between P and N. How much will be the total distance between P and N? It will be X plus 102 plus 36. Yes or no? X plus 102 plus 36. But that doesn't give us anything, right? Distance between M and P is 12 more than the distance between P and N. Impossible, right? I mean, if you see, I mean, we don't even have to write the equation. Sorry. I think we don't even have to use this equation X and all that. He says distance between MP is more than distance between P and N. How is it possible? Look at case 1. The distance between M and P. See, P is immediately next to M. P is closer to M or closer to N. Just look at that. The sequence is NOQRMP. The sequence is NOQRMP. We don't have to use variables and all that. X and all is not required. Simple observation is we have seen that P is closer to M when compared to N. But the data says that distance between P and M is more. Is it possible in this case? No. Distance between P and M is going to be less than the distance between P and N. So obviously case 1 is wrong. So now it is very clear that case 1 is wrong and we have to work on case 2. Now work on case 2. What do we know? Distance between MP is 12 more than distance between P and N. Distance between MP. Let's assume distance between MP is X. What is the distance between P and N? It will be X minus 12. This will be X minus 12. Because this is 12 more, right? Or you take this as X and this take this as X plus 12. One and the same. You're able to follow. For a simpler understanding, let me take this as X and the other one as X plus 12. It is one and the same, but just take it that way. Right? Distance between P and N, let's assume is X. What will the distance between M and P? X plus 12. X plus 12. Why is it so? Because M and P is 12 more than P and N. So X and this is X plus 12. Now, how do you solve for X? Simple. Distance between M and N is 36, right? Sorry, 66, right? So break 66 into 2 parts, which satisfies this ratio. So basically X plus 12 is equal to 66. Yes or no? Now I can say, I'm writing it here, X plus 12 is equal to 66. So what is X? X comes out to be 27. If you solve this, 2X is 54, X is 27. X is 27. So this is 27. This is 27. If this is 27, how much will this be? 27 plus 12, 39. And satisfies, right? 29 and 37. 39 and 27. 39 and 27 is 66. 39 and 27 will add up to 66. So done. That part is also done. Right? So we have got the sequence. We've already got the sequence. M, P, N, O, Q, R is a sequence, and we have got the distances also, most of them. Let's figure out the other distances. The distance between R and M is more than 60 meters. The distance between R and M is more than 60 meters. Now, if you actually look at it, it is obvious that distance between R and M is more than 60 meters. Distance between R and N itself is 99. The distance between R and N itself is 99. So obviously the distance between R and M will be more than 99. So it will be more than 60. So actually, if you see this point given to us is redundant. This is not useful. This is useless information. I don't even need this. Even without this data point, I know what the answer is. I mean, we have got the arrangement. Distance between R and M is more than 60. Distance between R and M is more than 60, obviously. So I don't need this data at all. Now, distance between P and Q is 93. Distance between P and Q is 93. Distance between P and Q is 93, right? So try to work on that. P and Q is 93. So if distance between P and Q is 93, right? I'll do one thing. I'll clear the top arrangement so that I get some space to work on, right? Confused otherwise. Let me clear this part. Just a second. You have understood why case 1 is wrong, right? Case 1 doesn't satisfy all the conditions. Now distance between P and Q is 93, he says. Okay. Now go back to the point. What did it say? Distance between P and Q is 93. Between P and Q is 93. So P here and Q here. This distance is 93. So that will help us find out the other distances, right? P and Q is 93. P and Q is 93. Okay. Yeah. So can you find out the distance between O and Q now? See, understand. Between P and Q is 93. Between P and N is 27. Between N and O is 36. This is 27. This is 36, right? This is 36. So how much will this be between O and Q? Between O and Q, what will this value be? This value will be 93 minus 27 minus 36. Yes or no? 93 minus 27 minus 36. Because between O to N 36, between N to P 27. So 36 and 27, how much is that? It's 63. So from 93 you subtract 63, you'll get 30, right? So this is 30. This is 30. Between O and Q is 30. And if O and Q is 30, Q and R will be 33. It's all about balancing, right? O and Q has come out to be 30, right? This is 27, this is 36. 27 plus 36 is 63. 93 minus 63 is 30. This is 30. This total was 63, you see. O to R is 63. So if this is 30, this will be 33. I think we are done. We are done with the arrangement. Now there is one more data given to us. If car Q moves 20 meters to the north. So what I'll do is I'll you don't have to actually do this in the exam, but for the sake of clarity, let me rewrite the sequence one, right? It is M, P, N, O, Q, R. And let me write down the distance between each. MP, the distance is 39. PN, the distance is 27, right? NO, the distance is 36. OQ, the distance is 30. And QR, the distance is 33, right? I mean, this is the arrangement there. Now look at the next point. It says if car Q moves 20 meters to the north and then takes a left turn. Q moves 20 meters to the north, right? Q is going to the north. How much? 20 meters. And takes a left turn. Left turn is this side, right? So moves 20 meters to the north, takes a left turn, and moves 50 meters, then again takes a left turn. So it now moves 50 meters. So if it moves 50 meters, where will it come? If it moves 50 meters, it will come somewhere between N and O. Yes or no? 30 is this, 20, somewhere between N and O, right? And again it takes a left turn. Sorry. See, it is time consuming because I'm explaining it to you, right? Otherwise, it's all about your understanding. You need not spend so much time talking, right? So Q moves 20 meters to the north, then 50 meters. So this 30 is covered, and then it covers 20 more and comes between N and O. And again takes a left turn. So now it has taken a left turn and moves 10 meters and moves 10 meters. So now it moves 10 meters. So 20, 50, and then 10. And stops at point Z. And stops at point Z. So this point is Z. This point is Z. Right, this is Z. Stops at point Z. Now car A is 16 meters to the west of point Z. See, understand the distance between N and O is 36. If you break it up like this is 30. So obviously this is 20. 30 and 20 will make it 50. 20, he says the distance between A and Z is 16. A is 16 meters to the west of Z. So Z is here. A is 16 meters to the west of Z. So which means A will exactly come above N. You're able to follow the point. Between N and O, see between N and O the distance is 36. Q has gone like this, up by 20 meters. It covers this 30 meters, it reaches exactly above O, then it covers 20 meters. So 30 plus 20, 50, it comes somewhere between N and O. And this point is called Z. Now from Z to A, the distance is 16 meters. So obviously 20 plus 16, 36, right? So A will come exactly on top of N. And the distance between N and A will be how much? 10. I hope you are getting it, right? You're getting it. This total was 20, it has come back only by 10. So this also is 10, right? Now car A moves 66 meters towards west and stops at point Y. Car A moves 66 meters towards west. A is here, exactly above N. It moves 66 meters towards west and stops at point Y. See, understand, 39 plus 27 is 66. So car A is moving towards west. How much? 66 meters. So it will stop exactly above M. 39 plus 27 is 66, right? It stops exactly here at point Y. This is called point 5. Point 5. Remember, distance between M and Y will be 10 because distance between A and N is also 10, right? So I think that's the arrangement. You can answer the questions very easily now. What are the questions? What are the questions? In which of the following direction is point Z with respect to car N? Point Z with respect to car N. See, N is here and Z is there. So from N to Z, which direction you have to go? North, east. Z is on the north side, between north side and east side, right? From N you have to go to point Z. How will you go if you go in the northwest direction? In which of the following direction is point Z with respect to point N? So from N, if you go in the northeast direction, so option B would be the answer, right? Are you able to follow? See, there is one point given here which says distance between each car is successive multiple of 3. Successive multiple of 3. What do you mean by successive multiples of 3? Consecutive multiples of 3, but not necessarily in the order. If you observe, all these distances are multiples of 3. 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. And all these are consecutive multiples, right? 27, 30, 33, 36, 39. All these are consecutive multiples of 3. Don't get confused, right? But they are not in that order. That's what he had mentioned. The distance between each car is a successive multiple of 3, but not in that order. All these are consecutive multiples of 3, starting from 27 up to 39, but not in a particular order. Okay, so I hope all of you have understood, right? See, try and understand that point Z is a little above N, 10 meters above N on the north side, and it is towards the east side. So between north and east, northeast. So answer to this question would be B, option B. Yeah. Next question. What is the distance between P and R? Distance between P and R. Find out the distance between P and R. Between P and R. What is the distance between P and R? I think 27 plus 36 plus 30 plus 33. You have to add all these values. I mean, you can do it here also. 27 plus 36 plus 30 plus 33. Distance between P and R. So 27 plus 36 is 63. 63 plus 30 is 93. 93 plus 33 is 126. So our answer for this question should be 126 meters, which is option C. Next question. Point Y is in which direction with respect to M? So point Y is in which of the following direction and distance with respect to M? So Y with respect to M, we have to find out the direction and distance. Y with respect to M. See, we have understood, right? Y is above M. Y is above M. Above M means what? Y is in the north direction, right? Y is in the north direction. How much is the distance? 10 meters. Yes or no? Q went up 20 meters and came down only 10 meters. So we got Z, and from Z we have got Y. So obviously there is a distance of 10 meters between M and Y, and Y is towards the north of M. I mean, I should have drawn a bigger diagram for you to understand this. You getting it? You're tracking the movement there, but I hope you have understood, right? 10 meters will be the distance between Y and M, and Y is towards the north. So 10 meters and north, option B will be the answer. Next question. What is the distance between Z and Y? What is the distance between Z and Y? What is the distance between Z and Y? Find out the distance between Z and Y. I think, see, between A and Y it is 66. Between A and Z it is 16. Between A and Z it is 16. This 10 was the vertical distance, by the way. Don't get confused, right? This 10 that we had written here was a vertical distance. Whatever Q comes back. Between A and Z, the distance is 16. Between A and Z, the distance is 16. Between A and Y, the distance is 66. So between Y and Z, it will be 66 plus 16, 82. Is 82 there in the options? 82, 82. Yes, option A will be the answer. Next question. What is the maximum distance between two cars? What is the maximum distance between two cars? Maximum distance between two cars is M and R. You have to take M and R. Yes or no? The maximum distance between two cars will be the distance between M and R. I think already between P and R we got 126, right? Somewhere. Between P and R we have got 126. We want between M and R. So if this is 126, what should be the maximum distance? 126 plus 39. You have to add 39 also. Right? 39 and 126. So how much is 39 plus 126? 150 and 15, 165. So 165 will be the answer, option C. Right? And I think that is it. So we are done with this first question on arrangements. Not really arrangement, it is about directions. A little bit of linear arrangement involving directions. So two concepts involved, linear arrangements along with directions, because you should know, what is northwest, northeast. The car has gone towards north, takes a left turn, again takes a left turn and all that. So first get the linear arrangement of these 6 cars, find out the distances, consecutive distances, and then do the tracing. That car Q moved 20 meters towards north, takes a left turn, moves 50 meters, and then again takes a left turn, comes back only 10 meters. So remember, there will be some distance between that point Z formed there with respect to the cars below here, right? So I'm sure when you try it out once again, you'll get, try to do it once again yourself. Some of you were able to crack it initially, but most of you got stuck, right? So having done it now, you try it once again, and it should become a, it should be very easy for you to do it. Yeah. And also note that one point given in the question, that is the distance between R and M is more than 60, is useless. We don't need that point. Even without that point, we were able to answer the question. Okay. Right. I think we have a comment here from Ranjit Chaudhary who says it is not given that N is on the left of O. Yes, it is not given that N is on the left of O. What is given is you came late for the session. Ranjit, I'm sure you did not join us from the beginning, because initially I had taken both the cases. N is on the left of O and N is on the right of O. And then we figured out somewhere in the between that one of those was wrong. So the other one was taken as the correct one. Yeah. Any confusions here? Can we move to the next question? Chandra Neeraj has asked a question. Why you directly started with NO and not with ON? Because it is not mentioned that N is on the left of O. Then how can we understand that in the beginning? Chandra Neeraj, whatever I had mentioned for, who was this person? Ranjit Chaudhary, right? Same is applicable to you as well. Looks like you did not join us from the beginning, or you were not paying attention. Neeraj had considered both the cases, N on the left of O as well as N on the right of O. We found that N being on the right of O was ruled out for some reason. Yeah. We had taken both the cases. Initially, we had taken both the cases. Sudipta says you didn't take it. Sudipta, I did it. I took both the cases. Just re-watch this video, right? It will get uploaded to our YouTube channel. You can watch it again. Mukesh also says you did not take the case where NO and ON. Guys, watch the video once it gets added to your TalentSprint account, and you will be able to check it yourself. We have taken both the cases. Now I think we are done with this. No more confusions except this point of N and O and O and N, left versus right. I think it's clear. But if you had watched it from the beginning, you know that we had discussed that. Now let me go to the next one now. Should we take up the next question? Yeah. Let's go for the next one. Let's take something easier when compared to what we've done now. This is like a floor-based puzzle from top to bottom. What we have done was left to right. Let's now take an example where you have to do some arrangement top to bottom. Arrangement of letters, in fact, letters of a word. Okay. So presenting the question to you, try to do the arrangement first, and then we will look at the questions asked. Here we go. Here's the next question. First 10 numbers are written from top to bottom. Okay, I think there's some confusion that you guys have. Let me just come back for 30 more seconds. See guys, whether it is N and O or M and O doesn't matter. We had considered both the cases. One was ruled out, right? You are one way right. How do we know that N is on the left of O? Why can't it be on the right of O? It could be on the right of O, but that case either did not exist or it got eliminated in the process, right? So watch that video once again, you will be able to follow, right? Solve this now. So 10 numbers, he says there are 10 numbers. First 10 numbers are written from top to bottom. First 10 numbers are written from top to bottom. The letters of the word Adobe are written in alphabetical order. Okay, alphabetical order against each even number starting from 2. One letter against one number. And then there's some data given. There are 2 letters between B and L. L is not written against number 7 and so on. Right? So try this out. Complete the arrangement first and then we will look at the questions. I think 2 questions are asked along with this. Yeah, there are 2 questions along with this data. Solve this now. I'm giving you the first question directly. I'm sure the font size is big enough for you to read and comprehend it. So here's the data along with the first question. Solve this and then we'll look at the next one. Should not take more than what we had spent for the previous one. However, I'll give you about 4 to 5 minutes. Your clock starts now. Done. Okay, it's done already. Kamaljeet has done this. You've got 2 more minutes to try this. Take your time. Nilesh Chaudhary says it's so easy. All right, guys, time is up. I can see that some of you have been able to do this. You have found this to be easier than the previous one, but then others have mentioned that they're confused. So let me take this up now, right? Here we go. See what the question says, right? First 10 numbers are written from top to bottom. The letters of word Adobe are written in alphabetical order against each even number starting from 2. One letter against one number. There are 2 letters between B and L. L is written not against number 7. There are as many letters between D and G as between A and M. M is above B. G is written not against number 7 and so on. So let's start working on this straight, right? So what do we have to do? First 10 numbers have to be written from top to bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 10 numbers have been written from top to bottom. Now he says the letters of the word Adobe are written in alphabetical order against each even number starting from 2. See, starting from 2, what are the even numbers? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So against these numbers, we have to write the letters of the word Adobe. 5 numbers, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 5 numbers, 5 even numbers. And 5 letters, A, D, O, B, E. But these have to be written in alphabetical order. So what is the alphabetical order of A, D, O, B, E? A, B, D, E, O. Right? So you write these letters A, B, D, E, O in that order, alphabetical order, from 2 to 10 against the even numbers. They are written against each even number. So 2 will get A, 4 gets B, 6 gets D, 8 gets E, and 10 gets O. Right? Of course, there are some odd numbers there. I mean, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. We have to fix some letters here as well. Now look at the next point. There are 2 letters between B and L. There are 2 letters between B and L. So B is already here. There are 2 letters between B and L. So where can L come? 2 possibilities. You can say if B is at number 4, L can come in number 1 position. So 3 and 2 are between B and L. Or L can come in 7th position. 5 and 6 are in between B and L. You understand? There are 2 letters between B and L. So B is in 4th position, right? So you leave 2 letters between B and L. So either you can leave 2 and 3 and then take L on 1st position, or you can leave 5 and 6, take L on 7th position. But the next statement says L is not written against number 7. L is not written here. L cannot come here. So obviously L has to come here. So there are 2 letters between B and L, right? What are those 2 letters? A and whatever comes here. Next, there are as many letters between D and G as between A and M. What does this mean? There are as many letters between D and G as between A and M. So number of letters between A and M is same as the number of letters between D and G. But the point is, we have got A, we have got D, but M and G, M and G are not available yet. So we cannot do anything about it. But the point to be noted is number of letters between D and G is same as number of letters between A and M. Number of letters between D and G is same as number of letters between A and M. So we'll come back to this point later. Move to the next one. M is above B. M is above B. See, if M is above B, the only option is M has to come here. M is above B. M is above B, right? M should come above B. So that's the only place available. Now, if you see the number of letters between A and M, how many letters are there between A and M? 0. A and M are consecutive. If A and M are consecutive, D and G also should be consecutive. D and G are also consecutive. Because he says there are as many letters between D and G as between A and M. Right? The count of letters between D and G is same as A and M. So A and M are consecutive, which means D and G also will be consecutive. But now the question is, where would G come? Will it come in position 5 or position 7? Because if you take G here, D and G are consecutive. Even if you take G here, D and G are consecutive. Next statement says G is not written against 7. G is not written here. So obviously G comes here. So that condition is satisfied now. Number of letters between A and M, 0. Number of letters between D and G, 0. K is written against the number which is a multiple of 3. K is written against the number which is a multiple of 3. Now the only multiple of 3 here is 9. Only 2 places are available, 7 and 9, of which the multiple of 3 is 9. So K is written here. That's it. What comes in 7th position is not known to us. That's a question mark. But otherwise, we have got L, A, M, B, G, D, question mark, E, K, O. No letter is repeated against any number. No letter is repeated against any number. Done. What's so complex about it? In just one attempt, you get the solution. The point is, you got to understand the meaning of the statements given there, right? I mean, if you don't know how to fix A, D, O, B, E in these even positions, then it will become complex. Anyway, look at this question now. Following the above combination, whatever above combination that we have followed now, if there is a gap of 2 alphabets between alphabets written against numbers 5 and 7, then how many alphabets in English alphabetical order series are there between the alphabets written against number 3 and 7? Now try and understand. understanding the question is important, right? He says, according to above combination, so whatever you have got here, if there is a gap of 2 alphabets between the alphabets written against numbers 5 and 7. Numbers 5 and 7. Now, what is written against 5? It is G. What is written against 7? That's a question mark. We don't know what is written against 7. But he says, if there is a gap of 2 alphabets between the alphabets written against numbers 5 and 7. See, understand, these are the 5 and 7 are the positions 1 to 10. But what is G's alphabetical position? G is the 7th letter of the English alphabet, right? G is the 7th letter of the English alphabet. He says between 5 and 7, the letters that we have chosen have got a gap of 2. There is a gap of 2 alphabets. There is a gap of 2 letters between the letters that we have written against 5 and 7. So between G and question mark, there should be a gap of 2 letters. Gap of 2 as in not the gap of 2 according to this arrangement. Gap of 2 according to English alphabet. What is the English alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I and so on up to Z. I mean, this is the English alphabet, right? X, Y, Z. So according to the alphabet, the letters at position number 5 and 7 have got a gap of 2. Now, if G is the 7th letter, what can come in place of question mark? It should either be the 10th letter or it should be the 4th letter. If you say 10th letter, what is the 10th letter? It is J. 4th letter is D. See, between D and G, there are 2 letters, E and F. Between, if I write I, J also, between G and J also, there are 2 letters, H and I. But then, which is correct? Is J correct or D correct? J is correct. How do we know J is correct? Why can't it be D? Because the last statement said no letter is repeated against any number. D is already in position number 6. The letter D has already been taken in position number 6. So you cannot take D again here in this position. So D is ruled out, which means it should be J. I repeat this question again. He says, whatever is written at position number 5 and position number 7, these 2 letters have got a gap of 2 letters according to the alphabet, English alphabet. So at position number 5, we have got G, which is the 7th letter. So at position number 7, it should either be the 10th letter or 4th letter, so that there is a gap of 2. Yeah. I mean, you say G, H, I, J or D, E, F, G. Both ways we get gap of 2. But D was ruled out because D is repeating. Now read the question. Now the actual question comes. Then how many alphabets in English alphabetical series are there between the alphabets written against 3 and 7? Numbers 3 and 7. Now what is there at number 3? It is M. What is there at number 7? It is J. This question mark is equal to J, right? We've got it. Question mark is equal to J. So he says how many alphabets, basically alphabets is a wrong term, it should be letters, right? How many letters in English alphabetical series are there between the letters written against 3 and 7? What is against 3? It is M. What is against 7? It is J. How many letters come between M and J? See, J is the 10th letter, M is the 13th letter. How many letters are there between M and J? Only 2 letters. See, J, K, L, M, K, L, M. So there are only 2 letters between J and K. So your answer is option C. I hope you are able to follow. You have followed this. Yeah. Next question. Here's the next one. He says, how many letters are written between L and D according to this given arrangement? Now this is simple. How many letters are there between L and D? L is in the first position, D is in the 6th position. So how many letters are there between L and D? 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 letters are there. Yes or no? Between L and D, we have got A, we have got M, we have got B, we have got G. Between L and D, there are 4 letters. So your answer should be 4. Option E. I know some of you must have felt that this is not a IBPS PO mains exam level, but had it really been so easy, most of you should have got the answer, right? Not everybody could crack it. It's easy. See, understand, just because it is a main exam, just because it is a mains exam does not mean that every question asked there is complex. They also ask simple questions, right? So this is simpler when compared to what we had solved earlier. This could be simpler when compared to what we are going to solve next. But you can expect even such questions in the main examination, right? And then, like the point that I've made, it was not very easy. Otherwise, everybody would have cracked it. Anyway, I hope you have understood this. There were only 2 questions. We can just hope that there will be more questions in the exam. But let's now move to the next item. So should we go for something else now? Should we try out machine input output? How about machine input output? Machine input output. Should we take up machine input output? Yamini Gupta says it was the easy one but didn't know how to start. It's all about that language, right? If you cannot comprehend the statements there, then it's going to be complex. And some of you mentioned that this was asked in SBI PO mains. So obviously it's proven that it is a mains level question. 7 o'clock now, we have another 45 minutes or so. So let's maybe take up one machine input output and then we'll take one more arrangement. You guys want more and more arrangements, right? So we'll take one real, not real complex, but yeah, one complex kind of arrangement. Should we go for the next one now? Yeah, we'll take up syllogisms, possibility cases and reverse syllogism questions in our next reasoning session. Remember, we have 2 sessions, or I'm not sure, 2 or 3 reasoning sessions planned as a part of this refresher, right? This is the first reasoning session. We will focus more on arrangements today. But when we meet next, we will take up all those typical questions, right? Reverse syllogisms, the new pattern of coding and decoding, etc. Okay, so have patience. Join us again for the next session. The calendar is available in TalentSprint's online platform. It is available on YouTube channel, also TalentSprint's YouTube channel. So don't miss out on any of these sessions. Now next, what I'm going to present to you is a very interesting question on machine input output. Not very complex, not even very complex, not even complex, easy, but you got to act really quick. So let me present this data to you first and then see how many of you are able to understand. Here we go. Yeah, we'll take up blood relations also in the next session, but focus on this one now. So here's this data input output question. Read it yourself. What does it say? Or let me read it for you. He says, study the following information carefully and answer the questions given below. So a number arrangement machine arranges 2-digit numbers given to it in a typical manner. The first step is illustrated in the example below, which uses the concept of multiplication to associate number and give output of the input in the first step. No other step uses multiplication as a tool to process number in subsequent steps. The second step uses at least one of the digits from each of the 3 numbers obtained to get the next step. Each step takes given output. Each step gives output taking input from the previous step. Use the illustration and answer the given question. So there is one illustration given to us, right? Input output. See, this is the input. Then step 1, step 2, step 3 and step 4. Then there is one more new input given to us. So we have to follow the same process as given here on this input and then answer the questions. Not going to be very difficult. Let's see if you're able to crack it. Not visible? Okay. I can do one thing. I'll zoom this for you. Okay. Yeah, maybe because it is a little in those boxes there, it's not visible, but let me zoom this component for you. I hope you're able to see this. Let me make it better. Just give me a second. Here we go. So input step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, and then the new input. Okay, so the new input is 42, 16, 52, right? You can see this, right? Yeah. So 42, 16, 52, 22, 17, 41 is the new input. Understand the process here, apply the same process on the new input, and then answering the questions would become a cakewalk. Got it? Done? Easy one, right? Waiting for more responses. I think 2-3 of you have done it, others they are still solving. Chalo, you have 1 more minute or maybe a little more than 1 minute before we start solving this. Done? Okay, some of you have not got the second step, which I knew was the most complex one, given that from input to step 1 explanation is already given there, right? Otherwise even step 1 is not very easy. Strictly speaking, step 1 is the most complex one here, right? Step 1 is very difficult to understand, but because they have indicated using those arrows, it becomes easier. So after step 1, yes, the next complex step is step 2. Anyway, let me solve this now. Yeah, Vinay Joshi, just wait for the next one. You will get a tough one, right? I'm telling you, this appeared to be easy because arrows were indicated. If arrows were not given, then I'm sure one should be a real gem to crack this in the exam. So I'll solve this very quickly for you guys and then move to the next question. So here we go. Basically he says input is 72, 33, 13, 31, 23, 29, right? I hope you're able to read this, right? I'll just rewrite so that the font size is a little bigger. 33, 31, 23, 29. These numbers are 76, 96, 96 again. Then we have 25, we have 18, then we have 2.5, we have 8, and finally we have 5.5. Now what is happening here? Understand. How did we, so we have got 6 numbers here, 6 two-digit numbers, 72, 33, 13, 31, 23 and 29. Now in step 1, we have got only 3 numbers. So 6 numbers have been reduced to 3 numbers. What is the process that has been followed? If you observe, we have linked the first number with the third one, or fourth one, second number with the fifth one, and third number with the sixth one. So what are the numbers? The first one and third one, the first one and the fourth one. See, 72 and 23, sorry, 72 and 31 results in 76. Results in 76. Right? Similarly, if I have to explain you, 33 and 23, these two result in 96. And this 13 and this 29 result in the third 96. Now, how do we actually get the 76, 96 and 96 here? Understand. You take the first digit of the first number and second digit of the linked number. See, 72 and 31, right? 72 and 31. What are we doing? We are multiplying 7 with 1 and 2 with 3. So 7 into 1, 7, 2 into 3, 6. So we get 76. Similarly, if you take the next pair, we have got 33 along with 23. So we multiply 3 with 3 and 3 with 2. So 3 into 3, 9, 3 into 2, 6. Then the third pair is what? 13 and 29. So we multiply 1 with 9, we'll get 9. We'll multiply 3 with 2, we'll get 6. So this is how you have arrived at 76, 96 and 96. 76, 96, 96. Then what do you do in the next step? What do you do in the next step? Easy. Step 1 to step 2. Now this is very important, right? This was step 1. Right? Look at step 2. What has been done in step 1? The only point given in step 1 is the second step. You look at this. He says the second step uses at least one of the digits from each of the 3 number up till to get the next step. So what has actually happened here? You take all the first digits. You take 7, you take 9, you take 9. First digit meaning the tens place. You take all the tens places. 7, 9 and 9. What is 7 plus 9 plus 9? 18 and 7, 25. That is the number given here, 25. You take all the units places, right? Second digits otherwise. 6, 6 and 6. 6 plus 6 plus 6. That is 18. That is the second number. Now I'm sure step 3 is easy to follow, right? What happens in step 3? You are dividing the units place by the tens place. So 5 by 2. 5 by 2. This is 5, this is 2, right? Units place by tens place. 5 by 2, 2.5. You get 2.5. Here units place 8, divided by tens place 1. 8 by 1 is 8. So you get 2.5 and you get 8. 2.5 and you get 8. And what happens in step 4? Step 4 is easy. Last step is easy, I'm sure. I mean, the moment you look at 2.5 and 8, and you see a result as 5.5, you know that it is difference. What have we done here? We have subtracted the first number from the second one. 8 minus 2.5 will give you 5.5. So that's the step 4. Right? So step 1 was easy since the numbers used were indicated using arrows. Step 2 involves sum of all the tens places and sum of all the units places. Step 3 involves division of units place by tens place. And step 4 involves subtracting the first number from the second number of step 3. Okay, now we got to do the same thing on the given input. So the input is 42, 16, 52, 22, 17, 41. And based on this input, I think 3 or 4 questions have been asked. Yeah, so let me do the same thing on the given input now. See, here's the input. I'm writing the input 42, 16 and so on. So 42, 16, 52, we have 22, then we have 17 and we have 41. What do we do? In the first number that we get here is a result of 42 and 22. What happens? 4 should be multiplied with 2, 8, and 2 should be multiplied with 2, 4. We get 84. The second number that we get is a result of 16 and 17. 1 multiplied by 7, 7. 6 multiplied by 1, 6. The third number that we get is a result of 52 and 41. 5 multiplied by 1 is 5. 2 multiplied by 4 is 8. So this is step 1. What is step 2? In step 2, what do? You add all the tens places. 8, 7 and 5. 8 and 7 is 15. 15 and 5 is 20. How to get the second number? Add the units places. 4, 6 and 8. 4 and 6, 10. 10 and 8, 18. What do you do in step 3? You divide the units place by tens place. 0 by 2. 0 by 2 is 0. 0 by 2 is 0. 8 by 1, 8. We have discussed this in detail, right, in the illustration. You divide units place by tens place. 0 by 2, 0. 8 by 1, 8. And what happens in step 4? You subtract 0 from 8. Right? Subtract the first number from the second number. So 8 minus 0. 8 minus 0 is 8. So these are the steps. Step 1, 2, 3 and 4. Now look at the questions. The first one. If the value 5 is added to the final output, then what will be the resultant value? What's the final output? The final output is 8. We have to add 5 to it. 8 plus 5. What will it be? 13. Option C is the answer. Right? Option C is the answer. You understood? Look at the next question. If we add both the number of step 2, then what will be the resultant value? If we add both the number of step 2, now go back. What are the numbers of step 2? 20 and 18. If you add these two, 20 plus 18, what will we get? 38. That's your result. Right? 38. Option B. And I think there's one more question. Yeah. If you multiply second number of step 2 by 4, then what will be the resultant value? If you multiply second number of step 2 by 4, you have to multiply second number of step 2 by 4. What is the second number of step 2? Let me just go back to the explanation solution there. Second number of step 2. Second number of step 2 is 18. Yes or no? Second number of step 2 is 18. 18 should be multiplied by 4. What is 18 times 4? 72. So answer should be 72. 72 is there? Yes. Option D. Option D would be the answer. Clear? Option D is the answer. I hope all of you followed. So simple. Once you get the 4 steps, he's just asking you to play with different numbers, right? One particular number from a particular step to be multiplied by something, two particular numbers of a particular step to be added, and so on. So answering questions is very easy, provided you have understood the whole process. And I think the only difficult step, like most of you had pointed out, was step 2, because that involved addition of unit spaces and addition of tens places, right? Sum of unit spaces and sum of tens places. So if you're clear with this, understand there's no method or no shortcut for solving such questions. You may or may not get the logic in the exam. So when you come across such questions in the exam, give it a try. Give it a try and see if you're able to understand. I mean, not more than 30-45 seconds. If you're not able to crack it in the first 30-45 seconds, then you better skip and go to the next one. You're able to follow. If you cannot crack the logic in 30-45 seconds, don't waste your time. You never know how much time it may take. Okay, because there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. You may or may not get the answer. So be very careful, right? That's why I'm telling you, to score more in reasoning, I think you actually have to have that right reasoning skills of choosing the correct type of questions. You know, you should be good at reasoning that, okay, this might be time consuming, let me skip it. This seems to be an easy one, let me try this. That understanding has to be there. Okay, now should we go for the next one? That probably will be the last question for the session today. It's 7:15 already. I wish I could do more, but you know, we have time limitation, so I'll close the session after that particular puzzle that we have. We have more questions. In fact, a lot of questions have been given by the team grade up, but we'll take it up in our upcoming sessions, right? And yes, if you want to join us in more live sessions, you can look for our online programs, right? TalentSprint's online programs, where we do 5 sessions every week. In addition to what we are doing here, we do 5 live sessions every week there. Let me go for the next one. Yeah, so the next one is some of you have pointed. I mean, you could see the next puzzle, right? I mean, when I was moving to the next slide, I guess I have shown the puzzle for a moment. Yeah, and somebody says it looks like the history of Padmavati. But it will be more complex than the movie Padmavati, right? Let me throw this open to all of you now and see how many of you are able to crack it, right? All of you have been asking me for a difficult one, right? Difficult question, difficult question, difficult question. So here comes your difficult question. It's about arrangement of 12 professors. He says there are 12 professors, A to L. They have conferences in different months, Jan, March, April, June, July, and August. The conferences are on dates of 12th or 17th of a given month. Each conference is attended by some number of people. If the month contains odd number of days, then the number of people attending the conference is odd. Like the conference in March, I'll show it to you, don't worry, right? Like the conference in March, which has 31 days, was attended by odd number of people. And the conference in April, which had 30 days, was attended by even number of people. And after that, there are a lot of clues given to you. So basically, he says there are 12 professors, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. Sorry, L up to L, right? 12 professors. 12 professors, they are attending conferences. They are, they have to deliver in a conference. These conferences are held in 6 different months. Months are Jan, March, April, June, July, August. Now, each of these conferences is attended by a number of people, right? Now, the number of people who would attend the conference will be even or odd depending on the number of days of the month. Like for example, if the conference is in March, since March has 31 days, odd number of days, the number of people attending the conference in that month will be odd. If the conference is in April, which has got even number of days, then the number of people attending conferences in the month of April will be even. And the professors, participate in the conference either on the 12th of the month or 7th of the month. Okay. And then a lot of data given to you. So I'm leaving you all with this puzzle for at least 7 to 8 minutes. I'm sure it'll take that much of time, right? A lot of data there. So I'll be quiet. I'll probably put it on mute. So don't worry that the audio is gone, right? Audio is not gone. I'm here. I just want all of you to focus and try to get it yourself. So the complex puzzle is on your screens now, and your clock starts now. Yeah, you guys thought I forgot to share the screen? No, I was giving you a synopsis, a kind of introduction to the question, right? Now read it yourself and have a good time. Let's see how many of you are able to crack it. Go to full screen if you are not able to read it properly. I cannot make the font size any better, right? It cannot get bigger than this. So you can go to full screen. Yeah, and I'll be quiet now. I'll be on mute so that you all can focus and solve this. Just so that you guys don't get confused. All right, so I was waiting for at least, you know, 1-2 of you to complete it, and I think a couple of you have mentioned that you have completed it, right? Kamaljeet Kaur, Vidhu Puri, Vinny Koshal, and I'm sure if these guys have been able to do it, all of us can do it, right? Because they have not come from Mars. So believe in yourself and try it. I'm sure all of us can crack it. But good job. I think in about 8 minutes, you guys have been able to crack this, worth 5 marks. You'll get 5 questions, I guess, 5 to 6 questions. So, and then that's a good attempt when it comes to a main examination. Urvashi has also done it. Now you have to tell me if I should start solving it or give you some more time, because I don't want to disappoint those guys who are about to finish it, right? They would like to do it themselves. So maybe I'll wait for another minute or so. Yeah, Vijay has asked for 1 minute. So let's wait for a minute. Somebody says skip it. Yeah, we'll definitely skip it in the exam. Who's going to solve it? I'll not solve it. I am smart enough not to pick this question in the exam. And that's what is a learning that we should all take away from this. Okay, so the time is up, and I would actually like to congratulate all those who have been able to all those who have been able to crack it, because by now all of you must have understood that this is not a easy one. Now, more than the solution, what we all need to understand here is that the easiest way to solve these questions is not to attempt these in the exam. Okay, I have mentioned this point about 746 times so far. This is probably the 747th time that I'm telling you to skip puzzles in your exam. Now when I say skip, I don't mean that you have to skip it for good, right? Avoid it for the time being, right? If I come across this, I'll just move to the next set of questions, solve those easier ones, and then when time permits, I'll come back and attempt one of those puzzles, right? The easiest one, the one which looks like the easiest one, and give it a shot. I may or may not get the answer even for the easier one. You never know, right? This is like a gamble, and you cannot be gambling with your time in your competitive examination, right? It's very, very precious. So the simplest way to solve this puzzle is not to solve it. Skip is the shortcut, right? Skip it and go to the next one. But from the practice point of view, we better, take up such questions as well, so that you know how to approach, right? You know the approach, and you can think divergently when you come across such things in the exam. So with that in mind, let me try this now. The biggest challenge I have is space, right? I'll have very limited space on the screen to take it up. We may get multiple possibilities, but let's see which is if you are able to crack it and get the right solution. So I'll present it again to you and take up the solution now. I would want all of you to pay attention to the solution. Okay, it may take longer because I'm explaining it to you, but the actual solution will not take as much time, right? When you solve it yourself alone, you'll get the answer faster. So keep that in mind. Just don't crib that it's so long and all that. We all know that it's going to be long, right? It's not going to be easy. And if somebody tells you that there's a shortcut which can give you the answer in 1 minute, please give me the address. I'll go and meet that person. Yeah, here we go. Meet that person, greet that person, and give a salute if you can crack this in less than in about 3-4 minutes. Not going to be that easy. So here we go. The question again, font size has been reduced a little bit so that I get some space to try it out, and let's solve it. See what it says. There are 12 professors A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K and L. They have conferences in different months: January, March, April, June, July and August. The conferences are on dates 12th or 17th of a given month. Each conference is attended by some number of people. If the month contains odd number of days, then the number of people attending the conference is odd. Like the conference in March, which has got 31 days, was attended by odd number of people, and the conference in April, which has 30 days, was attended by even number of people. Okay. Now, what do we understand from this? There are 12 professors. Who are these 12 professors? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K and L. They have conferences in different months. Now what are the months? Jan, March, April, June, July and August. 6 different months. The conferences are on dates 12th or 17th of a given month. So understand, each month has got 2 dates, 12th or 17th, 12th or 17th. So 6 months, 2 dates per month, which means total 12 slots. And we need 12, we have 12 professors, right? So each professor has his own slot, right? 12 professors and 12 slots. 6 months, 2 dates per month. So 6 times 2, 12 slots. So basically we have to arrange these 12 professors in these 12 slots. Now interestingly, each conference here is attended by some number of people. So it's not just professor, the month and the date, but it also the number of people who attend the conference, right? It is also about the number of people who attend the conference. Now what is even more interesting is that if the month contains odd number of days, then the number of people attending the conference is odd. Like if you see the month of March, March has 31 days, right? 31 is odd. So number of people who attend the conference in March will also be odd, right? Will also be odd. That means on 12th of March and 17th of March, the number of people attending the conference will be odd. Similarly, the conference is in April. April has got 30 days, even number. So number of people attending the conference in April, both dates, 12th and 17th, it will be even number. So this is the interesting part, right? And I think from here onwards, the data starts. Like A had conference on 12th April, I's conference was after A and so on. Okay. So what we'll do is first, I think, understand that there are 6 months, right? Jan, March, April, June, July, August. Okay, these are the 6 months, and there are 2 slots. What are the 2 slots? 12th of the month or 17th of the month. So we have to fill this simple table here. Fill this table with what? The name of the professor and the number of people attending the conference of that professor, right? So these are the 12 cells which have to be filled with the name of the professor and the number of people attending his conference. Remember, the number of people depends on the number of days in the month, odd or even. Jan has got 31 days, odd number of people. March has got 31 days, odd number of people. April has got 30 days, even number of people. June has got 30 days, even number of people. July 31. August 31. So I think April and June are the only months where the number of people attending, like all the 4 numbers that we get here, will be even numbers. All the other numbers are going to be odd numbers. 12th and 17th are the dates. So that's the table that we need to fill. Okay. Now let's start filling the gaps. A had conference on 12th April. A had conference on 12th April. Simple. A had conference on 12th April. So 12th April cell is this, right? 12th of April. A is here. Number of people we'll figure out. Next. I's conference was after A. I's conference was after A. I is after A. Now understand, after A, how do you read? After A is not 1, 2, 3. After A is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're able to follow. A is in 12th April slot. So what comes after A? See, if somebody says what is immediately after A, don't say June. Don't come to this cell. What comes immediately after A is not 12th June. What comes immediately after A is 17th April. So when you are counting, right, count in this fashion. You're able to follow. Let me explain you how to count. I mean, this is very, very important to note. Otherwise, you'll get confused, right? When you are doing the counting here, when you have to count the number of people, you always count in this direction, like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Don't count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That will not give you the, I mean, that will lead to a wrong answer. Okay. So let me just clear up the other lines there. So solve this now. Yeah. A is on 17th April. Now, what comes immediately after A? 17th April. That point has to be noted. Now, I's conference was after A. So, after A, there are many slots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots are there. We can't do anything about it. But then he says, I's conference was attended by 42 people and he had conference on 17th of a month. I's conference was attended by 42 people and he had conference on 17th of a month. Now, if you take up those 2 points given there, you will find out that there are 2 possible ways of putting I. See, I's conference was attended. I was after A. So let me go back to the color that we are using. Sorry. I's conference was after A. So after A, it can be anywhere here, right, in the 7 cells. But then he says I's conference was attended by 42 people. What is the significance of 42? See, I's conference was attended by 42 people, meaning what? I can come only in these 3 slots. Because if the number of people are 42, which is even, only even dates can be taken. So only April and June can be taken. I cannot come elsewhere. So I will either come on 17th April or 12th June or 17th June. These are the only 3 possibilities. Yes or no? Because I's conference was attended by 42 people. Then he says I's conference was attended by 42 people and he had conference on 17th of a month. 17th of a month. Now 17th of a month and 42 people, there are 2 possibilities. I can come on 17th April or I can come on 17th June. It can be 17th April or 17th June. These are the 2 possibilities. So I would like to consider both the possibilities. What I'll do is I'll quickly duplicate this and consider the 2 possibilities. Okay, 12th, 17th. Let's take it up. So Jan, March, April, June, July, August. Okay, and you know these numbers are important because that will help us decide even odd quickly. So better write it immediately. So what are the 2 possible values? A comes here, by the way. This is like Jan, March, April. A comes here. A is on 12th April. That is fixed. Now I can come on 17th April or 17th June. So we have taken both the possibilities, right? I can come on 17th April or 17th June. Moreover, we know that I's conference is attended by 42 people. So put 42 also. I 42. The number that goes with I is 42, right? That part is done. So this is how you'll fill it. This is how you'll fill it. Now, there was one conference between the conference of I and the conference of J. There was one conference between the conference of I and the conference of J. So between I and J, there is a gap of 1. Between the I and J, there is a gap of 1. Now, there are multiple possibilities. He says between I and J, there is a gap of 1. So I is here, gap, J can come here. Or I is here. If I go in the reverse direction, this is the gap and J can come here. So J will either come here or here. Similarly, if we take this case, I is in this position, right? There can be a gap of 1 and then J can come here. Or there can be a gap of 1 or J can come here. Yes or no? Sorry, the I is here, right? I is here. So there is a gap of 1. This is the gap and J can come here. Or this is the gap or J can come here. So these are the 2 possibilities. So basically, again, there are 2 possibilities per case. So that will result in 4 possibilities, which we don't want to do. But remember, J can come in these 2 positions here or these 2 positions here. There should be a gap of 1 between I and J. So I is here. This is the gap and J. Or this is the gap and here is J. Similarly, I is here. This is the gap and then J. Or this is the gap or J. So let's not get into that double possibilities now. See if there is something more concrete given to us. The number of people attending J's conference was 25 less than the number of people who attended I's conference. See, number of people who have come for J's conference is 25 less. 25 less than I's conference. How many people came for I's conference? 42. What is 42 minus 25? 42 minus 25 is 17. So 17 is the number associated with J. 42 minus 25 17. He says the number of people attending J's conference was 25 less than the number of people attending I's conference. So J's conference is attended by 17 people. Now what does the 17 indicate? The 17 indicates that J was in an odd month. See, 17 number of people, which means odd month. Odd month meaning not the odd month, but the month with odd number of days. So if I go back to the first case, there were 2 possibilities for J, March or June, but June has got even number of days. So it cannot come here. So J has to come here. With how many people? 17 people. If I come to this case, J has got 17 people attending his conference. So can J come in April? No. J has to come in July. So J comes here with 17 people. I hope you have followed this. We have found that J's conference was attended by 17 people. 42 minus 25, 17. Which means J should be in a month which has got odd number of days. So in the first case, we had 2 possibilities, March or June. But since June has got even number of days, it is ruled out for J. So J comes in March. And the condition is satisfied, right? There is a gap of 1 person between I and J. So J, A and I. Right, here also, similarly, there were 2 possibilities for J. April was ruled out because April had got even number of days, right? So J comes in July. So I, this is the gap and then there is J. Yeah. So this also point has been considered. There was one conference between conference of I and conference of J. Now next point, there were 3 conferences between F's conference and the conference attended by 56 people. There were 3 conferences between F's conference and the conference attended by 56 people. So between F and 56 there were 3 conferences. Now understand, 56, we don't know where F is, but 56 is interesting. 56 is what? Even number, and there can be only 4 even numbers. So 56 will either come here or here or here. Yes or no? 56 has got only 3 possibilities in both the cases. 12th April, 12th June or 17th June. These 3 can be taken up by 56 because this is already 42. Here it is 12th April, 17th April or 12th June. So there are 3 people between 56 and F. There are 3 people between 56 and F. But since there are 3 possibilities for 56, there will be equal number of possibilities for F. So that will result in some confusion, I guess, right? So let's see, for example, if you take 56 here, for example, let's assume if you take 56 here, where can F come? After 3 conferences. So 1, 2, 3, F can come here. Or if you go behind, if 56 is here, 1, 2, 3, F can come here. Similarly, if you take 56 here, 1, 2, 3, F can come here. If you take 56 here, 1, 2, 3, F can come here. If you go behind, then there are possibilities. So it will result in a lot of possibilities. So let's try and avoid that. There are 3 conferences between F and 56. Then he says F's conference was not in January. Okay, this is interesting. F's conference was not in January. F cannot come in January. F cannot come here. So keep that in mind. F cannot come in Jan. Right? F cannot come in Jan. Then he also says that F's conference had before the conference attended by 56 people. F had his conference. F's conference was before the conference of 56 people. See, when he says there are 3 conferences between F and 56, what are the possibilities? F dash 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 56 or 56 dash 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 F. Because there are 3 between F and 56. But the next point, which says F's conference was before the conference of 56 people, this is ruled out. This is the only possibilities. F should come before 56. And there should be a gap of 3 between F and 56. So now some of the cases will get eliminated, right? Some of the cases will get eliminated. Yes or no? F will definitely come before 56. And F will not come in January. We know that F will not come in January. And there were 3 conferences between F's conference and the conference attended by 56 people. So try that out now. Try that out. See, 56. There are 3 possibilities for 56. So try each one. If you take 56 here in April, look at this. If you take 56 in April, F should come before 56. How much before? 3 places and then F. So if 56 is here, 1, 2, 3, F would come here. But F is not allowed in January. So 56 cannot come here. If you take 56 on 12th June, if you take 56 here, F should come before 56. 1, 2, 3, F has to come here. Possible. It is possible. So 56 in F is possible. But there is one more possibility. If you take 56 here, what happens? If 56 is here, 1, 2, 3, F has to come here. Can F come here? No. Because this is already blocked by J. So the only possibility is 56 is here. Then you take 1, 2, 3 and F comes here. Yes or no? See, this is satisfied. F dash 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 56. F dash 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 56. The other 2 cases will not get satisfied. Similarly, try out in the second case. In the second case, what happens? If 56 is here, F comes before 56, right? So 1, 2, 3, F comes in Jan, but that's not allowed. If you take 56 here, what happens? F comes before 56, right? So 1, 2, 3, F comes here, but again Jan not allowed. So 56 cannot come here and cannot come here because 56 in April will result for F in Jan, which is not allowed. So the only possibility is 56 comes here. And if 56 comes here, where will F come? Go in the reverse direction, right? 1, 2, 3, F would come here. So fixed. F's position is fixed now. Right? F's position is fixed. Next, there were 3 conferences between E's conference and the conference attended by 56 people. Again, between E and 56, there are 3 conferences. Between E and 56, there are 3 conferences. Now, the obvious point is, see, earlier he said between F and 56, there are 3. And we know that F comes before 56. Now he says between E and 56, there are 3. There are 3 conferences between E and 56. So obviously E will come after 56, right? There will be like dash, 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 E comes here. Because you cannot take E before 56. Otherwise, E and F will clash, right? I mean, E and F cannot take the same position. Yes or no? 3 conferences between F and 56, 3 conferences between E and 56. F is before 56, so E has to be after 56. How much after 56? 3 conferences after 56. So that can be fixed now. 56 is here. 1, 2, 56 is here. 1, 2, 3, E comes here. Similarly, 56 is here. 1, 2, 3, E comes here. Done. That point is done. Number of people who attended K's conference was greater than the number of people who attended B's conference, but less than the number of people who attended A's conference. Now, these points are interesting, right? Let me just clear up the rough work that we have done so that I can note it, right? Let me just clear this. 1 second. I hope you are able to follow. We have got 2 cases and trying to fill the gaps everywhere. Okay, now read the point. What is the point given to us? The point says the number of people who attended K's conference was greater than the number of people who attended B's conference. K was greater than B. K was greater than B. But less than the number of people who attended A's conference. But K was less than A. So basically K comes between A and B. Right? Number of people attended K's conference was greater than B but less than A. So this inequality you have to remember. K comes between A and B. K comes between A and B. It will be useful later, not now. The number of people who attended K's conference was a multiple of 7. Now K is a multiple of 7. Remember? Also note that K is a multiple of 7. K will be into 7 in a multiple of 7. Right? Again, this also will be useful later. Next point. C and D had conference in the same month but not June. C and D had conference in the same month but not June. Now understand, C and D had conference in the same month. Can it be Jan? Yes. See, so both the slots of the same month should be available for C and D. So Jan is possible. March anyway is blocked. April is blocked. June, not June. C and D cannot come in June, he said. But July also is available. So C and D can be in Jan or C and D can be in July. They cannot come in August. If you take the second case, C and D can be Jan. It cannot be March because one slot is occupied by F. It cannot be April because one slot is occupied by A. June anyway, C and D are not allowed, it said. It cannot be July because one slot is occupied by J. It cannot be August because one slot is occupied by E. So with respect to case 2, there is only one possibility. C and D have to come in Jan. C and D will have to come in Jan. Because everywhere else, we have one or other person already blocking the slot. In case 1, there are 2 possibilities. Jan or July. Both can be Jan or both can be July. So I can do one thing. C/D. C/D. C and D will be taking these 2. Now which is C, which is D is not known to us. In case 1, there are 2 possibilities. Both can be Jan, both can be July. Right? So I think that point will not underline. There was one conference between the conference of D and the conference of B. There was one conference between the conference of D and the conference of B. Now try to understand. Here also, I mean, if I take case 2, let's take case 2 first. He says there was one conference between the conference of D and B. Between D and B, there was one conference. If I take D in 12th Jan, there should be one conference between D and B. So D dash B. But can B come here? No, this is already blocked by F, which means D cannot come in 12th Jan. D has to come in 17th Jan. So C will come 12th Jan, D will come 17th Jan. So if I take D here, D dash B, B comes here. See, there was one conference between D and B, he said, right? There was one conference between D and B. So D dash B. D dash B will clash with F. So that's not allowed. So C in 12th Jan, D in 17th Jan. That is fixed. Now go back to case 1. Case 1, there were 2 possibilities. If you take C and D here, you understand. If I take D here, D dash B, can B come here? Not allowed. If you take D here, C would come here. But that's not possible because D here means B should be here. If you take D in this position, D dash B, can B come here? No, because this is occupied by J. So C and D cannot come in Jan, which means now the only choice is July. But here, which is C, which is D is not known to us. C dash D, let's say again, C dash D. Yeah. So if we take D here, it can be dash B or it can be reverse B. So this is not fixed yet. It can be C, D. You're able to follow. It can be C or D. It can be C or D. We don't know. But here it is fixed. C in Jan, 12th Jan, D in 17th Jan. You're getting the point, guys? With respect to case 2, C and D are fixed. With respect to case 1, it's not fixed. C can be 12th Jan, D can be 17th Jan, or C can be 17th Jan and D can be 12th Jan. Yeah? Anyway, the month is fixed. Now go to the next point. B's conference had odd number of people. B's conference had odd number of people. Now this is an interesting point. B's conference had odd number of people. So with respect to case 2, it is correct. B is in March, right? 31 days. So it will have odd number of people. With respect to case 1, try and understand. Since B's conference had odd number of people, B cannot come in June. B has to come in August only. You're able to follow. If I take D here, D dash B, not possible. Which means D cannot come here. D has to come here. And C has to come here. So D dash B comes here. Odd number of people. See, otherwise I could have gone in the reverse direction also. But now I'm not going in reverse direction because he says B's conference had odd number of people. See, I can take D here. If I take D here, it will be dash B. B can come in June. But he says B's conference was attended by odd number of people. So that means B cannot come in June, since June has even number of days. So with respect to case 1 also, C and D are fixed. So C followed by D. Here also C followed by D. Okay, I'll just clear that so that we can write the number also whenever we get that. So first C and then D. Simple verification, right? That verification you got to do, C and D. Here also first C and then we have D. I know it's taking longer because I am explaining in detail, right? You can verify all these things really fast. Next point. Go to the next point. The number of people of B's conference had more than J's conference but less than 20. Now look at this. The number of people who attended B's conference had more than J's conference but less than 20. Do we know J's value? J is 17. You see J is 17. J is 17. He says B is greater than 17 but less than 20. Less than 20. You understand? B is greater than 17. Why greater than 17? Because number of people in B's conference was more than J. J is 17. So B is greater than 17. But B is less than 20. B is less than 20. We also know that B is an odd number because B is in a month which has odd days. August. Here it is March. Now what is the only odd number between 17 and 20? It is 19. So B has to be 19. There is no other choice. You getting it? Hold on. Yeah, B has to be 19. Why should B be 19? Because B is between 17 and 20 and B should be odd. So the only number we have here is 19. So B is 19. That is fixed. B is 19. Where is B here? 19. Yeah, B is 19. So here also note that B is 19. I mean, it will be useful whenever we go to that point. Next, B's conference is not in August. B's conference is not in August. Very, very important point. B's conference is not in August. Which means case 1 is wrong, because according to case 1, B's conference comes out to be in August. So now we don't have to worry about case 1. Only case 2 is to be verified. Yes or no? In case 1, B's conference came out to be August. He says B is not August. B can be March. Yeah. Chalo. So now one elephant is killed. Only the other elephant is there. We just hope that this will not give us multiple possibilities. Otherwise, we will be screwed, right? Chalo. Quickly the other points. The total number of people who attended the conference of C and D was 58. Total of C and D was 58. Total of C and D was 58, which means C plus D. This should add up to 58. Note that C plus D equals to 58. Yeah, I'll write it here. C plus D equals to 58. Yeah. Next, 58. Conference of G and the conference attended by 28 people were in the same month. Now this is also interesting. G and 28 people were in same month. See, 28 people meaning what? 28 people meaning what? It was an even month. So he says G and 28 people were in the same month. Now what are the even months? Only April and June. Only April and June. Now can G and 28 come in June? No, because if you take G here, where will 28 come? Not possible. So G and 28 have to come in April only. So this should be G and this has to be 28. Yes or no? The fact that he has said 28, it should be an even month. Even months are only April and June. G and 28 both should come in the same month. So they cannot be June. Because if you take G here, 28 cannot be accommodated. So G and 28 will go in April. So 17th April is G and 12th April was attended by 28 people. That point is also done. Next, K's conference was before L. K was before L. Remember this point. K was before L. K comes before L, right? K's conference was before L. Now immediately before L or not, we don't know, but K was before L. Number of people who attended the conference of E was less than the number of people who attended the conference of J by 4. E was less than J by 4. Number of people who attended the conference of E was less than J by how much? 4. See, J is how much? J is 17. What is 4 less than 17? 13. So E was 13. It is fixed. E was 13, right? That's a direct point. Next, the one who had conference in March had less number of people attending it than E, but more than 10. So who had conference in March? Who had conference in March? F and B. F and B had conference in March. He says this guy F, because B's already got 19, right? So we are working on F now. F had less number of people attending it than E, but more than 10. See, E is 13, F is less than 13. F should be less than E, which means F should be less than 13. But it should be more than 10. It should be more than 10. Try and understand. He says F is less than 13, but more than 10. The only person in March is F now. B is already taken 19. So F is less than E. Less than E meaning less than 13, but more than 10. We also know that F should be even. F should be odd. Why should F be odd? Because F is in an odd month. So the only odd number between 10 and 13 is 11. So F is 11. Yes or no? The only odd number between 10 and 13 is 11. So F has 11 attendees. Next, the total number of people who attended the conference of K and L was 24. Total number of people who attended the conference of K and L was 24. So K plus L is equal to 24. K plus L is equal to 24. Remember, K plus L is equal to 24. Right? The number of people attending D's conference is 9 times the number of people attending L's conference. D is 9 times L. Right? D is equal to 9 times of L. Now let me just clear all the unwanted data here so that I get some space to work on. I'm running out of space. So I think we have got the value of B, right? I'll just clear this up. And we have also got the value of F, so let me clear this up. These points are important. K comes before L is important. C plus D is 58 is important. K plus L is 24 is important. And last point that we have read is D is 9 times of L. Right? D is 9 times of L. D is equal to 9L. D is equal to 9L. D is equal to 9L. What else is left out? So I think with respect to persons C, D, F, B, A, G is done. I, J, E are done. So K, L, and I think H is left out. So we'll have to figure that out. Acha, we have got the value of A, right? A is 28. How did we get A is 28? Somehow we have got A is 28. 28. G and 28 in the same month. A is 28. So let's understand this also. A is 28. A is equal to 28. Now, very, very important point. B is 19, A is 28. K is between 19 and 28. Now, between 19 and 28, what are the values? Between 19 and 28, we have 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. But we know that K is a multiple of 7. Yes or no? We know that K is a multiple of 7. So, what is the only multiple of 7 between 19 and 28? 21. So, can I say K is equal to 21? K is equal to 21? Yes or no? K is equal to 21. K is equal to 21. Why is K is 21? Because K should be between 19 and 28 and it should be a multiple of 7. The only multiple of 7 between 19 and 28. Between 19 and 28. You cannot consider 28 there, right? 28 should be excluded. So between 19 and 28, the only multiple of 7 is 21. So K is equal to 21. Wherever K comes, it will take 21. If K is 21, L should be 3. If K is 21, L should be 3 because K plus L is 24. Yeah. So K is 21 implies L is equal to 3. If L is equal to 3, D will be equal to 27. D will be equal to 27 because D is equal to 9 times of L. 9 into L. 9 into 3, 27. So D is 27. D is 27. If D is 27, C should be 31 because C plus D is 58. So C should be 31. Why C is 31? Because D is 27. See, D is 27, substitute 27. So 58 minus 27 is 31. So C is 31. Yeah. So we have got C and D. I think we have got K and L also, right? K is 21, L is 3. But where are K and L is not known to us. Yeah. Okay. Important point. Can K or L come here in June? No, because June is an even month, right? June is an even month. See, only 3 places are left out. With respect to persons, we have got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G are done. And I think I and J are also done. The only persons left out are H, K and L. We know that K is equal to 21. We know that L is equal to 3. So can K or L come in June? No, because June is an even month. So they should come in July and August. And we also know that K comes before L. So if K has to come before L, then K should come here and L has to come here. And K is 21 and L is equal to 3. Yes or no? Sorry. K is 21, L is equal to 3. Now if K is 21 and L is equal to 3, K and L are also marked. The only person left out is H. H has to come in this place. That's the only place left out for H. Then I think we have done all the points. The only thing which we have not been able to find is the value of G. Yes or no? The only thing which we have not been able to decide is the value of G. And I think there is no data point given there. See, we have underlined everything, right? Which means nothing has been missed. There is no data with respect to G. So this is the final arrangement. This is the final arrangement. Please do not go by the length of the explanation because it was an explanation. It was not the solution. If I have to solve it myself, I'll save at least half of this time. But that's the final arrangement. C, D, F, B, A, G, H, I, K, J, E, L. Numbers 31, 27, 11, 19, 28, question mark, 56, 42, 21, 17, 13, 3. Now let's look at the questions, right? I'll have to come back to this slide often to look at the arrangement for answering the questions, but look at the questions. Oh, here are the questions, all the questions. What is the total number of people who attended the conference of E and J? So basically E plus J. Go back. E plus J. What is E plus J? E plus J. E is 13, J is 17. E plus J, 13 plus 17, 30. So your answer should be 30. If G's conference has more people than I's conference but less than 50, then what can be the possible number of people who attended G's conference? G, he's asking us to find the possible number of people for G's conference. G's conference. Go back, where is G? I think G is an even number, right? G should be an even number. Look at that. Yeah, G is in April. G is in April, which means G should be an even number. And without worrying about the remaining part of the question, I can directly mark D as the answer, because odd are ruled out. I don't even have to worry whether G is more than I, less than 50 and all that. G has to be 46 among the given options because G is an even number. Next, which of the following is true with respect to given arrangement? There are two conferences between I and L. Check. 2 between I and L. Where is I? I is here. Where is L? L is here. There are two conferences between I and L? No. 1, 2, 3. There are 3 between I and L. Right? K, J, E. There are 3. So first statement is wrong. First option is wrong. First option is wrong. K, J have conference in the same month. K, J are in the same month. So this cursor is taking too much time to go back. I'm sorry. K, J have in the same month. K and J are in the same month. Check. Yes, K and J both are in July. Same month. So second option is correct. Second option is correct, and hence I'll not worry about the remaining options. I mean, I've got the right answer anyways. Which of the following pair had conferences in January? Who has got conference in January? NH has conference in which of the following month? Let's answer both the questions together. January and H. Who has conference in January? CD. Where is H? H is in June. So CD and June is the answer. Conference in January, C and D. H is in which month? June, right? I forgot. I've become like Gajni. Go back, go back. Quick, quick, quick. H was June only, right? I forgot what I saw. Oh, where is it? H was June, yeah, H was June. H was June. So that's your answer. That's it. I think there were only 5 questions. There are, yeah, next one is reverse syllogism. So that's the final solution. So as you can see, answering the questions is a cakewalk. I mean, it doesn't take any time. What takes a lot of time is your arrangement there, right? The way you do the arrangement of those 12 professors across 12 slots, 6 months, 2 dates, with different number of people attending the conferences. And very interestingly, if the month has got odd number of days, odd number of people will attend the conference. If the month has got even number of days, even number of people will attend the conference. I have one more idea. This puzzle can be made even more complex by stating that, there are 2 dates also, right? 12th and 17th. So maybe some conditions can be given for 12th and 17th also. That if the month is got odd number of days and the odd date, then there are odd number of people. If the month has got odd number of days and even date, then even people, let's say. Similarly, the month has got even number of days and even date, then even people. But even number of days, but odd date, then odd people. One more level of complexity. Life will become miserable. The best way to solve that puzzle would be to skip it. Even this one I would say skip. I would not solve this in the exam. Who's going to do all this drama? It'll take, see, skip, when I say, not like skip and just leave it. Bhaiya, ye nahi karna hai. Solve the other questions first. You will have time left, right? I mean, it's a main exam, right? Main exam is easier in terms of time management. So solve the easier ones quickly. Then out of 4 or 5 puzzles that you have skipped, right? Out of those 4 or 5 puzzles, choose any one. Choose anyone as in, again, not randomly. You would get a sense, right? When you read the first 3-4 lines, you'll get a sense that is this easier or not. Again, your sense may not really be true always, but you have to just take a chance. So choose that easiest one that you feel out of the 4 or 5 puzzles you have and give it a try. So very important. I think the biggest takeaway is not the solution. The takeaway should be that skip puzzles in the exam. Rahul Dravid. Rahul Dravid will score very good in reasoning, right? He'll skip all the questions. See, the whole idea is to play a long innings there. But anyway, I don't know why I talked about Rahul Dravid here. I mean, I'm just trying to tell you that, you know, look at good people, good cricketers. No, Rahul Dravid is considered to be one of the good cricketers, one of the greatest batsmen. People across the globe applaud him for his patience, right? You got to have that patience. Skip it and go to the next one. But yeah, we have limited time, not like a test match where we have unlimited overs, so you have to also be quick. But yeah, the idea is skip and move to the next one. So that's all from the session today. I wish I could solve more questions, but guys, I'll have to, you know, sign off from here. We have a lot of other interesting questions on reverse syllogisms, coding and decoding, and, you know, more such puzzles which we will take up in our next session on reasoning as a part of this IBPS PO main exam refresher brought to you by GradeUp and TalentSprint. But if you wish to attend more such sessions on reasoning or aptitude or data interpretation or English language or general awareness or current affairs, explore our online programs, right? Visit talentsprint.com to see what options we have got for you. And yes, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to get notified about these live sessions and the videos that we upload for adding value to your preparation and boosting your confidence for these competitive exams. I hope all of you have had a great time joining this session. Thank you once again for participating. I'll see you all in the next session. We will meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m. for our winning techniques. For those who are unaware, let me tell you that we are doing this series of winning techniques, 25 winning techniques for RBI assistants and IBPS clerks exam at 11 a.m. every morning, right? So where we discuss a very simple concept but very powerful concept, simple but powerful, which can save your precious time in the exam, right? So you can join us tomorrow at 11 where we'll take up one winning technique on quantitative aptitude or reasoning. Even I don't know what technique we're going to discuss tomorrow, but we'll figure that out by tomorrow. So do join us tomorrow at 11 a.m. and yes, subscribe to our channel for more such videos and live sessions. Thank you once again for joining us. Keep practicing and take very good care of yourselves. See you.